Hey you guys, it's Steph and welcome back. And if you're new, I don't know why I'm suddenly doing this. I never do this as an intro, but if you are new, then hi, hello, my name's Steph and welcome to my channel. I do a lot of testing videos like this and I try out a lot of weird and wonderful products. So if you're into that sort of thing, hit that subscribe button wherever the hell it is and come and join the fam. So in today's video, we are of course going to be testing out Avon makeup, and I know what took me so long, but I finally went ahead and I did a little order online. but it still came to 50 quid. Avon makeup ain't the cheapest thing in the world, but I did an order. It just arrived literally about half an hour ago, so I thought I would sit down and film a video for you guys. So if you don't know what Avon is, basically the old-fashioned way that you used to do it. Obviously things have changed now because you can order things online and everything. You used to get this book delivered by your Avon representative. I think it was around like once a week or something. You'd have a look at it, and if you wanted anything, you got like this little sheet of paper that you could put your orders in. They'd come around once a week, and I think our old Avon day used to be a Friday. Mum, if you're watching this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they used to come around every Friday. They'd take your order, and then like the following week or something, they'd bring it back to you, you'd pay them, and then you'd get your makeup. So for me, when I think of Avon, I think of like this super retro makeup brand that my nan and my mum used to shop from, but they have upped their game, you guys. Let me tell you, they've got everything from like highlighters and contouring powders, liquid lipsticks. We've got this weird mascara thing. I don't know how I'm gonna use that. I think they've got a few different brands now. Like I know a new, which is this brand here, was like the old school retro one that I know my mum had like a foundation from or something that was a completely wrong color for me, but I definitely used to steal it every once in a while. They've then got Mark, which I think is like their newest range. I think it's like the most modern one, and that's what I picked everything up from today. Yeah, so you've also got the Avon Color Trend range, which looks a little something like this, fairly kind of basic products. The mascara here costs £2.75. That is so cheap. My weird little mascara here cost me £10 and I haven't quite figured out how to open it yet. So yeah, there are a ton of products and a bunch of different brands. Obviously you can go ahead and buy from the catalogue, or you can be lazy like me and just order everything online. I think delivery took around 3 days or so, and I will of course leave all the product links down below if you guys are interested. But enough of the boring stuff. Let's get it on my face. So first of all, I'm gonna go straight in with foundation. This is the Mark Glow On Natural Radiance Foundation, and I have mine in the shade medium beige. I have actually fake tan since I ordered this, so I'm hoping this isn't gonna be too light. It's got like a little pump, which is useful, and it's now gonna take me approximately 800 hours to pump this out onto my hand. Oh. That might be too much. So from the get-go, the color doesn't actually look that bad. It's got like a nice sort of yellow and neutral undertone. So I'm just applying this with Zoeva Buffer Brush at the moment. It's one of my sort of everyday foundation brushes that I tend to use. That color ain't half bad. Good job, Steph. So I've already applied 3 pumps to my face, and it's only covered half of it. So I think what I'm gonna do is like blend it out with my finger to start off with. So I feel like this is a medium coverage foundation, and it's quite dewy. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a little bit of shine to it. It doesn't look oily, however. Seems to be blending out quite nicely, actually. I haven't noticed it's like clung to any dry patches or anything like that. We're just gonna add a little bit more coverage to like the center of my face, I think. Just to like my cheeks and my forehead. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see on camera, but this has like a really kind of natural glow to it. It doesn't look overly wet or dewy or anything. And it does actually seem like kind of set. I will obviously still powder it down and everything, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna move around on my face too much. Okay. So looking at it, the only way I'd actually improve on this is if it had a little bit more coverage, because it is more of like a medium coverage foundation as opposed to like a medium to full, which is what I generally prefer. Yeah, I am feeling this, and this cost me, let me just get my little receipt thingy. This cost me £6. Okay, I am falling more and more in love with this foundation as we go along. So next we'll move on to concealer. This is the Nude Matte Cream Concealer, and I have mine in the shade Fair. I think I picked up Fair because they didn't have a light one. It was either fair or medium. So I went with this one, and this cost £4. Another bargain. Well, it's a bargain if it works. I'm not sure I'm overly keen on the doe foot. It doesn't seem to pick up like as much product as I'd maybe like. Okay, that is quite light, so I'm gonna do a bit of like under eye highlighting with this. I do keep needing to go back in because the doe foot seems to like dry up quite quickly. Let's just go all out here, shall we? I'm just gonna pop this on my spot. I know it is a little bit too light, so it might make it stand out a bit more than I want it to, but I do still wanna see how much coverage this has got. I'm just gonna start by blending it out with my brush. Oh, I think I applied too much. Oh my god, what have I done? I think I might have applied too much. Just an inkling. This concealer is actually very, very pigmented. Like, this blends out a lot. I'm literally gonna wipe off some of that, actually. I literally think I might have to go over the top in a minute with more of that foundation because... Oh my god, what have I done here? I'm just gonna quickly add a little bit more foundation just to, you know, get rid of, like, this. To be fair, the coverage of that concealer is pretty good. It's just my fault that I chose the completely wrong colour. Okay, I think we've maybe saved it. To be fair, despite that concealer being way too pale for me, I actually quite like how it looked. Again, I'd maybe prefer like a little bit more coverage just because you can still see like the dark circles under my eye. But yeah, it had decent coverage, it was pigmented, it blended out a lot. So if you guys do go ahead and use one of these concealers, only use a tiny amount and build on it. Maybe just don't go ahead and shove half a bottle on your face like I just did. But yeah, overall in terms of like the formula, consistency, coverage, all that jazz, not too shabby. Just make sure you get the right colour. So next I'm going to go ahead and set everything in place using the MAC Magic HD finishing powder. I think I just got this in translucent. I think that's all it came in. Let's just take this stupid little thingy off. Ugh, these things kill me every time. Okay, got that off. And I actually just noticed that they kind of have like a little twisty thing here. So when you open the lid and when you pull off the sticker, your powder's not going to go everywhere. Can more brands please start doing this, because it's so easy. And it can't cost that much in terms of production, but it'll make my life so much easier. Thank you in advance. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tap some of that in the lid. Seems to be quite finely milled actually. It just kind of like disappears on my skin. So I'm just gonna take my Real Technique setting brush and just set under my eyes first. So far so good. Powders are one of those things that I really, really struggle with because I find that they either work on my skin or I just end up looking like a powdery mess. So if you have any powder recommendations, let me know in the comment section down below, because there are very few powders that I fall in love with. Get rid of all this foundation on my lips. Maybe it looks a little bit dry on my under eyes, but so far everywhere else that I've powdered looks pretty good. So looking at it, I can see that it does look a little bit dry on my cheeks, which is a weird place for me to look dry because normally it's like around my nose or around like any spots or whatever. It doesn't necessarily look bad, it does just look very, very matte now that I've kind of powdered the rest of my face. So I don't love this, I don't hate it, it's not the worst powder I've come across, but at £6.50, and I think I actually got a discount on this. At £6.50 it is more expensive than my Lottie London powder, which is my fave, so I'd probably give this a pass. So next I'll move on to a little bit of contouring and highlighting. This is the Dual Glow Cheek Color and Highlighter. I have mine in the shade Basking Beauty. I think this is like the only contour and highlight one. All the other colors with this came with a highlighter and a blusher, I believe. So I went for the one that has more of like a contour shade just because I'm not really much of a blush person, to be honest. And this cost £9. So one of the more expensive products that I picked up. What I'm gonna do is take an angle brush. This is one from Iconic London. Let's see how pigmented this is to start off with. Ooh, it seems quite cool toned actually, so I might not be able to bronze up too much, but I'm just gonna start by packing that in the contours of my cheeks. Weird, because in the mirror it looks quite cool toned, but in the viewfinder it does have a little bit of warmth to it. So I feel like I can maybe get away with doing a little bit of bronzing, not too much. I feel like maybe I'll start looking a little bit muddy. But this definitely is more of like a contouring colour than an actual bronzer. So as I'm applying it on this side of my face, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on camera just because it only is me seeing it when I'm really close up. But it does look a little bit more textured now that I'm applying like more powder over the top. I feel like if I maybe use this over the top of like my favourite sort of everyday foundation and powder, then I'd really, really like it. Yeah, I feel like it's maybe just the powder underneath that's making it look a little bit iffy. Oh my god, I've got a brand new Luxe Powder Fusion brush from Zoeva. So now let's try out this bad boy, which is the highlighter. Not too bad. It feels like it's going to be something that looks a little bit more natural than anything super metallic, but let's give it a go. A little bit of kickback when I put my brush in there. I'm waiting any minute now. Alright, I am loading this up and I can barely see a bloody difference. All I can see is like a slight golden tint to my cheekbones now and a little bit of glitter, but there's no like shine or anything. I don't like it. I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and try to apply it to my inner corner. I'm just using this little brush that comes with the eyeshadow palette that I'm gonna use in a second. Doesn't even do anything. I like the contouring shade, but no. No. And now like desperately looking at this eyeshadow palette to see if I can find a shadow that will work as a highlight. I don't think I can. So next I'll move on to eyeshadow. For this, I have the Eye Impressionist 8-in-1 Wet and Dry Eyeshadow Palette in Smoky Nights. Looks a little something like this. Not gonna lie, when I bought this, I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger. It's pretty tiny. And this, if you are curious, it cost me £6. Again, I think I actually got this on promo. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure this was like £8 originally or something. So looking at it, they all appear to be shimmers. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and use that contouring shade as like a transition or something. Let's swatch a few. So I've got this like purple shade, nice enough. Got this like bronzy shade, that's quite nice. This kind of red, sort of orangey shade almost, and then let's also try this greeny shade. Ooh, they're quite nice. I'm kind of feeling like, I can't actually make my hands do it. Like, I'm kind of feeling like these two colors together or something. Ooh, a few of those there are actually quite pigmented. Like those three here, not too shabby. Right, let's pop that contour shade in my crease. I always get a bit confused when palettes don't have any mattes at all. Just because unless you're gonna like wash one color over your lids or something, normally most people would pop like some sort of transition shade in their crease. So I prefer it if they maybe threw in a few mattes. So then I think what I'm gonna do is take a flat brush and take this kind of copper shade and pop that all over my lid. This palette does have a mirror, but it's super, super tiny. So I'm gonna have to get a little bit close there. Okay, there's instantly quite a bit of fallout from that. And on the lid, it doesn't actually look that shimmery. It looked a lot more shimmery when I swatched it. I just quickly wet my brush and we'll see if that makes a difference. Maybe it'll make it a bit more foiled. Okay, it's a bit more pigmented when you do wet the brush, but still not overly metallic. I'm gonna take a little bit more of like that deeper orange shade and pack that on the outer corner. Like they're nice colors, but they're just like a weird, I don't know, like a weird finish. It's like, I'd say what it is, it's probably more of like a matte powder, but with like flecks of glitter running through it. See on the eyes, it doesn't actually look that shimmery, which I'm not actually mad about because you guys know me, I love like a matte kind of orangey autumnal eye. It looks nice enough, like I'm not mad about how it looks, it blends out fine and everything, but when I looked at this palette online, I went for this color because I thought it was going to be a little bit more bright and something a little bit different, but the colors are just kind of a bit like nothing special, I guess. So I'm just going to take that brush that it comes with again and try and highlight my inner corner a little bit more with this champagne-y shade. That's a little bit better, but that is very, very glittery. I'm literally like full on stabbing it into my eyeball right now. I'll then quickly add a little bit of that contouring shade on my lower lash line, just so we've got like a little base to work with. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a little bit disappointed in like the powder products. Normally with brands, it's like the foundations and the concealers that aren't necessarily always the best, and the powders like the blushes, bronzers, highlighters, they're normally alright, but this is kind of like the other way around. Yeah, I've got to say, I'm not digging this. Like, it's okay, but I'm really not loving it. Just going to take a little bit of a pencil brush and take that deeper orange colour again. Alright, I think I'm going to leave the eyes at that. Don't hate it, but you can buy so many other palettes for this price. Like, go to Makeup Revolution, get a massive palette for £8 and you're sorted. This, I probably wouldn't bother with. Sorry, Avon. So next we'll move on to mascara, and this might just be the weirdest looking mascara I've ever seen, and I'm not even sure how to open it yet. So this is the Mega Effects mascara. This cost me £10, but I had to pick it up because it looks so weird on the website. Oh, there we go. What the hell is that? Do I like, is that like the handle? So I'm just trying to show you. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Okay. So apparently this is the mascara. I feel like this product warrants its own like testing video on its own because this is the weirdest mascara I have ever seen. I'm guessing I just like, I don't know, do this? Oh my god, this is the strangest feeling. I feel like I'm just gonna jab my eyes out. What is the benefit of it being this shape? I literally feel like I'm gonna poke my eyes out right now. Okay, it looks nice, but I'm having like a bit of a panic attack every time this thing comes near my eye. And let's try and build this up a little bit, make it a bit thicker. I mean, it does look nice. It's just so fiddly. This feels so wrong, but it looks so right. I feel like if this was just a regular mascara, I would like it so much more. But it's the fact that I've got this little tiny thing that I'm trying not to jab into my eyeball. It's just making it a little bit awkward. I'm kind of 50-50 on this, to be honest, because I like how my lashes look, but just put it in a regular mascara. This is too much hassle. So last but not least, I have one of their liquid lipsticks. This one here is in the shade Dare to Be Bare, and it's one of their matte ones. I think they have around 10 matte ones and 10 like vinyl glossy ones. So this one here is a matte. So it's got a flat little doe foot, and it definitely does have a scent. It's quite strong. Kind of smells like something I drink on a night out, but I kind of love it. Okay, so it's definitely more of like a lip cream. It's nothing that's like super liquidy. It's kind of got more of like a mousse formula almost. All right, let's see if we can save the day with this. Pigmented. I like the little applicator. You don't seem to need a lip liner with this either, which is good. So that is the lips done, and I'm actually really happy with how they turned out. I really like the formula, really like the applicator. Love this color. It's kind of like an orange tone nude almost. It all feels really comfortable on my lips. It obviously does have a matte finish, but it doesn't feel drying or anything like that, which is a plus. To be honest, it just feels a lot like a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, which are some of my favorite liquid lipsticks on the drugstore. So yeah, I really, really like that. And that cost me £8. Is that right? Yeah, this little guy here cost me £8, which to be fair, I do still think it is worth the money because I do really like how this looks and feels on my lips. But like I said, it is so similar to the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, so get one of them. They're half the price and they've got twice as many colors. Alright guys, so this is the finished look, and I had such high hopes after using the foundation right at the start. I do still really like the foundation. The concealer, again, like I said, I do really like. That one was just way too light for me. The powder, I think the powder kind of messed things up a little bit for me because it kind of screwed up the contouring powder a little bit, which I did really like. But this highlighter, like I just asked Ollie what he thought of my highlighter, and his response was basically, what highlighter? So that kind of says it all. See, I did really like the contouring powder from this, but I probably wouldn't recommend this as like a whole product just because the highlighter is so like non-existent. As for the eyeshadow palette, again, you could so easily buy something so much bigger and so much better for your money. Like I said, go to Revolution, go to MUA. Just not something I would necessarily recommend. As for the mascara, this very strange little thing here, I do really like how my lashes look. I literally like everything about this mascara except how you apply it because it was just so fiddly. And at £10, I probably would pay it for like a regular mascara, but I really could not be bothered to apply this again. It did just take way too long. And as for the liquid lipstick, again, I really like it, but just go ahead and buy the original because it is so much cheaper. I feel like I've just ripped Avon a new one. As always, you guys, if you did enjoy this video, then please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.